Good evening, and thank you so much for tuning in. So, tonight I'm going to continue with the series Auto Registrations. And tonight's segment, I will be talking about having your vehicle registered, but there is no title present, no title record has been established. Okay, so in this case, you're just looking at a registration card, decals, plates, and that's it. Okay, I do want to share in this segment, it is very important to keep in mind this is state specific. Okay, not all states issue titles for vehicles. Okay, so some states instead will just give registrations and what I've described moments ago, and that's it. So do not make any assumptions. If you have any questions, please reach out to your DMV pertaining to your situation for more guidance. Okay. With that being said, I will cover three key points pertaining to the segment of your vehicle being registered but not titled. Okay. The first thing I want to share is during this type of situation, again, your vehicle is registered. You have a vehicle record established, but there is no title record. Okay. You're not going to get a title for your transaction unless, there's a particular reason, which I will get into shortly. Okay, but normally you just have that registration card. Okay, and again, depending on your state, some states will issue registrations only, and I will get into the reasons why shortly. Okay, that's number one. Number two, as I was sharing, some states do not issue titles, okay, for the vehicles in question or trailers in question, depending on the weight of the trailer or depending on the age of the vehicle. Okay, very simple. And with that being said, you will have a registration card in the event you want to sell the vehicle or the trailer. Some states have registrations with the information on the back allowing you to transfer or sign off on that registration accordingly to the new buyer. And then the buyer, in turn, they will be able to get a registration as such accordingly in their name. Now, keep in mind, you may be asking, well, Chanel, how can I sell my vehicle or my trailer if I don't have a title? Okay, how is it possible for me to just, sign off on the back of the registration card? That is a very good question. Okay, so some states offer that signing off on the back of the reg, some do not. So again, look at what you have, look at your documents. Also reach out to your DMV pertaining to this type of situation. Now, in the event you want to sell your item in question, okay, my advice to you is to reach out to your state. Some states will not issue titles, as I just shared. However, okay, there are certain conditions that do apply. You may have to petition the state. You may have to submit a form to your state in question, given a good reason why you need a title for that vehicle. Because after all, they are a state that does not issue titles. So you will have to have a good reason why. Okay, reach out to that DMV pertaining to the form that they have in question to get your requests, met. Also, you can petition the court. Okay, get a court order pertaining to why you need a title for the vehicle in question. So if you're trying to sell your vehicle or trailer, keep these pieces in mind as you're reaching out or communicating with the DMV and the court in question. Okay. The last piece of information for those of you that are leaving a state that only gave you a registration card, no title, okay, you would go to the state, the new state that you're going to, you would give them the registration card, okay, in question. The new state will do their research, okay, to see why you were not given a title, okay, and they will, if all goes well, there's no discrepancies, they're going to comply with that issuing state's non-titling regulations, okay, and they will either give you a title and registration, or they will give you a registration card back in return. Okay. One thing I want to really point out, and it just came to my mind because I want you guys to be very clear on this. Okay. I know I said no title. Now, there's a little twist to this that I want to add very briefly. Normally, okay, and also this depends on the state. If you have a lien on your vehicle, okay, this is another reason why, depending on your state, why you will not receive a title for that vehicle. But I'm not talking about liens in this type of situation here. I wanted to bring that up because someone may put something in the comments pertaining to having a lien on their vehicle and they didn't get a title. That's a good point. That's a good reference. But I'm not talking about liens in this case. What I'm really talking about are states that do not issue titles depending on the weight of the trailer or the age of the vehicle. So a lien situation is a good reference point, but that's not the focal point here. Okay, so I just wanted to share that. But getting back to the last piece here, that state in question, the new state you're going to, normally, yes, they will honor the other states' non-titling policies, okay, or practices regarding why you don't have a title to present to your new state, okay. If you guys want to share your feedback, you want to share your points, or if you have questions, feel free to drop a line below or visit me at wisdomandauthority.com. Thank you for tuning in. Please click share and subscribe. I hope to hear from you soon.